All right, folks. Well, welcome to our Alban Elued ritual. Just going to kind of recap. Eventually, I want to be sort of out of the way so that you can focus on the image of the altar here or your own altar or tabletop. So here are the things that I had suggested that you gather, and I'm just going to run through them in case you've gathered them and realize maybe you've forgotten something and you have time to run and grab it. You need 4 candles. And I suggested that you mark each of them as one: the cauldron of Doida, abundance; stone of fall, darkness; sword of Nwadu, new life; and spear of Lu, cosmic music. That you also have a small container of water about the size, I said, of two handfuls, whatever that looks like for you. And that will represent the cauldron of Danu for us, Danu, the mother of all. And some sort of material to make the spiral with. I'm using cloth napkins because at our house we have this magnificent collection of multicolored cloth napkins that we've been collecting for years, and it was ultimately the most colorful thing that I could find. So that's what I'm using tonight. You need a tabletop of some sort, and druids, your staff, you see mine right there on the altar, and this happens to be the Alban Elued position directionally. So that's it. And if you don't have these things, no panic, because you can just focus on mine. And have something to engage with. And if you've got your own, then we're going to construct this. This is a co-constructed ritual, if you will, and it's a way to do our spiral ritual that we do every year at Alban Elued, somehow online. I see David just joined us. That's cool. Hi, David. So for the introductory stuff, I'm going to kind of stand here in the camera, and as we construct things, you'll see me constructing that on the altar. And then for the sort of guided part of it, I'm going to kind of stand off to the side, so you don't have to look at me. You can look at the altar and engage your imagination and your spirit there. So Alban Elued, sometimes spelled Elfid, means light of the water in Old Welsh. And while that can have a lot of correspondences, in this spiral ritual, which we do each year at this gathering, we bring our life's journey to the water. And in this case, the water is the cauldron of Danu. Danu is the Irish goddess mother of all. And we ask for guidance and insight for balance in our lives as we go deeper into the dark half of the year. And darkness is a big part of the theme here tonight. I hope, if it's not already, that on the other end of the ritual, darkness may suggest itself to you as something of a friend. And so we'll see. As a virtual ritual, we will literally construct this grove space and experience together. I've just been over the list of items that you hopefully have collected, but if you haven't collected them, you just use your eyes and your ears to engage with what you see here on the screen. Our intention for this ritual is to enter into the spiral path of our life journeys, seeking balance. Balance for our lives, balance for humanity, especially those who suffer right now in so many ways, and for the earth, our mother, who is suffering and in turmoil for the things that human beings have done to the environment. This is one of the intentions that we agreed as a grove to have at every ritual all year long, and so we continue it. So let's begin by establishing peace at the 8 gates of the wheel of the year around our grove. And as we do so, with our imaginations and with our intent, we know that this encompasses not just the space of this altar that you see in front of you, but it encompasses everyone who is participating tonight. So I have the guardian stones that I use here on my altar. If we were at UUCG, we have larger guardian stones that we use. And we always start calling for peace at the particular gate of the year that we're in, and that is Alban Elued. Let there be peace at the Alban Elued gate. Let there be peace at the Samhain gate. Let there be peace at the Alban Arthurian gate. Let there be peace at the Elued gate. Let there be peace at the Alban Isler gate. Let there be peace at the Beltane gate. Let there be peace at the Alban Heroin gate. And let there be peace at the Lunisod gate. Our grove is at peace. Let us take a moment and take a breath and let it out. One for the sky and another for the sea. And another for the earth. I now invite the Druid and aspirant members of our Grove to say our Grove's covenant together. We invite our friends who are gathered here with us to enter into the spirit of these words. We are a community of Druids walking personal paths. We have a vital relationship with the earth, our mother. We celebrate the sun and its sacred days. We hear the call to the inner life, and we are weaving a wisdom that is both personal and communal. We each have special work that we do for ourselves, for others, for our community. We find our balance in the three: the sky, the earth, and the sea. Tonight, as we do our working, we pause to honor and call upon the three fires, the fire of the spirits of this land, the fire of our ancestors, the fire of the gods and goddesses who've made themselves known to us. We thank them for their help and their presence with us tonight. So I invite you now to join me in our three realms cross of protection. You can do it either sitting or standing, and I will talk us through this. Invite everyone to participate in this, and know that we are creating a dome of protection and energy with the energies of the three realms over not only this altar space, but all of the spaces that we are in tonight. So make sure that your feet are planted firmly on the ground. Gently close your eyes and become aware of your breathing. And imagine as you breathe, with every inhale, that your feet and your legs sink deep into the core of the earth, and that your shoulders and your head extend out into the cosmos of the universe. And with your next inhale, with your dominant hand, reach up into the cosmos and wiggle your fingers around and make contact with sky energy. And with your next inhale, draw that sky energy down and make a little circle of it at your forehead. Make a circle of it at your heart. Make a circle of it at your belly button. And breathe with 3 good breaths, this energy down through your head and into your whole body. And now, with that same dominant hand, reach down into the core of the earth where the center is molten and liquid, and wiggle your fingers around into this liquid energy of the earth, sea energy, that's not only the core, but all the waters of the earth. And with your next inhale, draw sea energy up through your feet and your legs, and make a circle of it below your belly button, and make a circle of it at your heart, and make a circle of it at your forehead. And with the next 3 breaths, draw sea energy up through your body into all of your body. And now stretch your hands out to the horizons and wiggle your fingers around in earth energy, the things that you can see when you walk this earth. This is the energy of our present realm. And with your next inhale, draw earth energy into your heart. Make a circle of it at your heart. Make a circle of it below your belly button, and make a circle of it at your forehead. And with your next 3 breaths, breathe earth energy into your whole body. Now bring your hands at prayer. And for the next 3 breaths, breathe all 3 of these energies in together and let them mingle and mix and weave the fabric inside of you. And now the cosmic energies of the universe are inside each of us. With the next in-breath, we're going to make an arc of our hands up and over us, and we're going to say the word Imbas to spread this energy that we hold around all of us as we do this ritual. 1, 2, 3. Imbas. And just feel into that, the energy of the 3 realms as they surround us and draw us together as a grove, even though we're not in the same room together, that now by spirit we are connected and we are protected and we are energized. So within this space now, we want to construct our spiral ritual, which normally we would do at the sanctuary at UUCG on the floor. And it would, those of you who've been there know, it's just this massive, beautiful, undescribable experience. And we're going to have that together tonight, but obviously in a different way. So the first thing that we want to do is to take whatever container of water that you have that is going to become our cauldron of Danu. And I have this bowl. You can see the water in it. And so on your space, take yours and place it at the very center. And with your hands on the bowl, use your intention. May this bowl become the cauldron of Danu, and may this water become the water of her cauldron. And let it be the portal and the vehicle through which the mother of us all speaks to us tonight. And so it is. Now, whatever materials you've decided to use to create the spiral, we want to create a spiral. And so this is what I decided to do. I have these colorful napkins, and so whatever you've got, whether it's a rope or a ribbon or a scarf or a bunch of pieces of material, you want to start right at the center of the cauldron, and you're going to start creating the spiral clockwise. Now, what's going to end up happening tonight is that we're going to have clockwise and counterclockwise stuff going back and forth all night. That's called balance, folks. So normally we're very cautious about doing everything clockwise around our altar, but tonight it's clockwise and counterclockwise more than once. And that's one of the ways that we work to achieve balance. So take your material, I'm going to take mine, and we're just going to keep creating this spiral. You can watch me as I do mine, and you or don't watch me because you need to do yours. And when your spiral is finished, I've pretty much run out of space here now, so I'm going to call mine finished. You can make adjustments. And wherever you finished is now the beginning place of the spiral. I've got here on a side table my 4 candles, and I'm going to go ahead and light them so that I don't have to stop and do that. So I tell you, I invite you now. I'm going to give you just a second to make sure everybody's got their own space ready. I think it would be really cool if you've constructed this at home before you disassemble it. Take a picture of it and post it on the Sylvan Sanctuary website. I think we would all love to see what we each created. So before we do anything else, take a moment and look at what you've created, or look here at what I've created. And with your intention, acknowledge that this spiral tonight represents your life's journey and the journey that you're about to engage in. And I'm going to use this incense to establish that intention, that this spiral represents our journeys, our life's journeys, and the journey that we're planning to take tonight. Okay. And so we begin. I invite you to take the candle that you've marked the cauldron of the Doida, abundance, light it, and for a moment hold it in your hands near to your body. And place it at the beginning of the spiral journey, wherever that is on your table. And invite the cauldron of the Doida into your heart. Know that it contains all the learning, teaching, foundations, judgment, counsel, stories, and the eloquence that we need for the balance that we seek. We call upon the cauldron of the Doida, and in it we see the generous nature of the universe, and we honor our obligation of hospitality. If Doida is new to you, the Doida was seen by Irish peoples as the great God of the heavens, the great God over the universe, and the God of love, the God of abundance. By the cauldron of the Doida, we have all that we need, wealth of every kind, every soul to feed. Let the cauldron of the Doida create compassion and communion among all the peoples of the world. And before we continue the journey, pause and notice the abundance that is already inside of you. And with intention, choose to make this journey knowing that the abundance of the universe is already inside of you, waiting to be discovered. So as we begin this journey, notice what is rising up in you from the Doida's cauldron. I invite you now to pick up the candle that is marked Stone of Fall, darkness. Here's mine. Light it and hold it in your hands near your body. We are descending into the dark half of the year and are being given the opportunity to explore darkness as a gift. Everything that is, even light, is born out of darkness. Let your eyes and your hands move along your spiral journey. and find the place that the stone of fall and darkness need to go. Wherever your heart tells you, you put your candle. Pause and consider the darkness that is yours right now. The battle, the contention, the hardships, the strife, the pride, the difficulties of every kind, and losses, those things we go through before the transformation that brings balance. Pause and silently or aloud name them. We call upon the stone of fall, and in it we know and accept that we rule our lives and choose our fate. No other may hold our sovereign sacred places. No other may reign over our spirits or the land that is our life. By the stone of destiny, we live what's true with the earth and the shining ones in all that we do. Let the stone of destiny cry out the truth that the world needs today. Before we go any further on the journey, take a breath. Notice the darkness that is yours and invite it on the journey towards balance. Affirm to yourself that it is not to be feared, this darkness. It is not to be feared, but that out of this darkness, new life emerges. Find within your heart the stone of fall. Affirm that it travels with you, as does the cauldron of the Doida. Now pick up the candle that you've marked the sword of Nuadu. Light it and hold it near your body. And be aware of your breathing. And notice within yourself those things that are wanting to come to life, to emerge, to begin. What are the new beginnings just waiting to spring into your life? What new thing is ready to make itself known in your life? And so let your eyes and your hands travel along the spiral journey and decide where the sword of Nuadu needs to go. Pause and open yourself now to the prosperity, the good ways of being in the world, the abundance, the dignity, the strength, the wealth, and the hospitality that you need for balance in your life. With each breath, allow those things that you need for this balance to emerge from within you. Perhaps you can see the upright sword of Nuadu at your core, burning as a bright torch. We call upon the sword of Nuadu, and in it we acknowledge the wounds we bear and seek to heal with a new life. But the sword of Nuadu, the torch burns bright. We make it our aim to live in the light. Let the sword of Nuadu shine forth as a torch, bringing into the world healing and integrity. And so before we go on, what insight is this sword of Nawadu giving you for balance in your life? See that sword at your core and traveling with you now. If you don't know Nawadu, Nawadu was a king and a god, and he lost his arm in battle. And one of the healing gods made a replacement arm for him. Out of the darkness of his experience, something new emerged, a healing of a wound that he couldn't have imagined. What wounds do you hold in the dark that are waiting on new light to bring forth healing? And now pick up the last candle. This one's marked the Spear of Lu, the music of the cosmos. Light it. Hold it near your body. Too many people go through life thinking of themselves as nothing special, having no gifts, seeing gifts only in others whom they admire too much or whom they envy because of it. As a Druid Grove, one of our covenantal affirmations is that we all have gifts and we work them for ourselves and for each other. With each in-breath, find the Spear of Lu inside of you and ask Lu, the goddess of all giftedness, what gifts are yours? Which are emerging? Which are strong and established? If you don't know Lu, Lu is one of the most powerful gods in the Irish pantheon. He approached the castle once and knocked on the door almost like a beggar. And the guard at the door asked what gifts he brought. And he went through a huge list of gifts. And after each one, the guard said, "We already have somebody who can do that." And at the end, Lu said, "Go and tell your king that the man at your door bears all of these gifts." And it was upon his entry into the king's hall that he was recognized as this powerful God of light and God of giftedness who represents all the gifts that we hold within ourselves. So move your hands and your eyes along the journey of the spiral and decide where Lu's candle should go. And place it there. The place of the discovery of your gifts. Let us become one here with the music, the honor, the fertility, the games, the passion, the creativity, the poetry, and all the gifts that flow in us and through us that we need for balance in our lives. We call upon the Spear of Lu, and in so doing, we see and appreciate our own gifts, and we choose to live and work them, work our gifts for ourselves and for good in the world. We go forth tonight by the Spear of Lu, success in our speech and the good that we do. Let the Spear of Lu send out the justice that the world needs this day. And from where you are on the spiral, look back across the journey that you've made. And then close your eyes and find within yourself the cauldron of abundance. Do you see it? Find within yourself the stone of darkness. Do you see it? Find within yourself the sword of new life. Do you see it? Find within yourself the sphere of gifts. Do you see it? With every breath, breathe the work of all four of them into your whole body. And as you are ready, with your eyes and your hands, finish the spiral journey all the way to Danu's cauldron. And spend some time here. And if you're just watching on the screen, then focus your attention on the cauldron of Danu in the screen. Spend some time there asking into the deep of her cauldron how to understand the message being given to you for the balance in your life that you seek. We're going to observe a time of silence now so that everybody has time to do that. Go gazing into the cauldron of Danu and ask what it is that you particularly need for balance in your life. And listen. As you finish up listening at the cauldron of Danu, make firm in your mind what it is you've heard, what you've been told, what your message is from this spiral journey. I invite us now, as you gaze upon the cauldron of Danu. So look back across the spiral and bring your attention to the cauldron of Doida at the beginning of the journey, and let these affirmations fill your heart. I am the wisdom of the 9 hazels. I am the vision of the ancestors. I am the word made flesh. Imbas. Now bring your gaze to the stone of fall, wherever that is on your spiral, and let these affirmations fill your heart. I am the silence that brings forth sound. I am the darkness that brings forth light. I am the broken wound that heals. Imbas. Now bring your gaze to the sword of Nuadu, wherever it is on your spiral. And let these affirmations fill your heart. I am the bud opening to bloom. I am the strength of 9 stags. I am the wealth of many realms. Imbas. And now bring your gaze to the sphere of blue, wherever it is on your spiral. And let these affirmations fill your heart. I am the music of the cosmos. I am the magic that weaves transformation. I am the life-giving warmth of the sun. Imbas. So our ritual working here is done. You know what you've been given here tonight. So I encourage all of us to take a moment sometime before we go to bed tonight to write down the insight that we've been given into balance, insight that's been given to us, and to return to it each day and to meditate on it for the next few days. Find some place on your altar or outside tomorrow to make an offering of gratitude to Spirit and to all the helping spirits. The offering could be anything that you're drawn to. Just listen to your intuition and make that offering of gratitude. And so I close this grove. Let any energy remaining from this working descend to the earth, our mother, for her goodness and for all blessing. And so it is. Thank you all for making the effort to be here this way. This is not our chosen way of doing it, but here we are, and I'm so grateful for you.
Oh, it's lovely.
It was beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you.
Again, I apologize for the technical difficulties.
Oh, that's the
I'm a
way
little
it's
scattered right now.
It's not a problem.
No, it's a big deal.
So just kind of a funny thing, there is a football game at the Duluth High School tonight, and we can hear them very well. And
Wow.
while I was meditating, it just Spirit of Lou just popped up in my head, and they started cheering "Go Big Red." Well, the candle that I chose for Spirit of Lou is a red candle.
Oh, wow. Nice.
So I'm like,
That's great.
A big red.
yeah.
Awesome.
Sometimes we get help from places we don't expect, right?
Absolutely.
Football games.
I love that.
I can hear my neighbors thumping bass, so they're having a party, but I don't know that it necessarily corresponds to anything. Maybe the cauldron of the Dagda, if they're serving a really delicious soup, hopefully with not whole sheep in it.
Maybe so. Maybe so.
All right. I am going to go ahead and close, stop recording and close the meeting down now.
Okay. Thank you so much, Lee.
Have a good night, y'all.
Blessings, everyone.
Blessings to you as well.